Welcome to Solar Scoop, where we unravel the mysteries of home energy.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're tackling one of the biggest questions we hear. Can a battery really power my whole house?
Right, including the big stuff like the air conditioner, without making compromises.
Exactly. For a long time, especially with those modular systems, the answer often involved stacking multiple units. It got complicated.
It really did. But now, here in mid-2025, Enphase has, well, they've rolled out a pretty powerful answer.
Yeah, forget the older 5P, the 10T models. We're doing a deep dive today into their brand new fourth generation powerhouse, the Enphase IQ Battery 10C.
And this isn't just a minor tweak. It's fundamentally different in terms of power output.
So our mission today is to pull back the curtain, see what makes it tick, what's really different, and help you figure out if it's the right choice for your home here in the USA.
Okay, so the first thing to understand is that its power comes from a completely reimagined architecture. It's not just one box. It's three main components working together.
All right, let's break that down. Component one, the IQ Battery 10C itself. This is the powerhouse unit, right?
That's the one. It's built with two 5.0 kilowatt-hour battery units inside.
Okay.
But the real magic, the engineering leap, is the inclusion of four new IQ8B microinverters. These were specifically engineered for high power output from a battery.
Higher power. So what does that actually translate to?
It means you get 34% higher energy density compared to the older generations. More power packed into the same physical space.
More bang for your buck, footprint-wise.
Precisely. And that density leads to the headline feature, 7.8 kilowatts of continuous power.
Wow, 7.8 kilowatt continuous. That's nearly double the previous 10 kilowatt hour models, isn't it?
Almost double, yeah. And the peak power is impressive too, 14.16 kVA. Critically, it has the ability to start a motor load needing up to 90 amps LRA.
90 amps LRA. Okay, translate that for us. What does that mean for the homeowner?
It means a single 10C battery can confidently start and run a 3.5-ton, maybe even a 4-ton central air conditioner.
Okay, that's the game changer. Because that was always the big hurdle for older batteries, right? You often had to compromise on AC usage.
Absolutely. That power compromise is largely gone with this single unit.
So the battery is the muscle. What's component two?
Component two is the IQ Combiner 6C. Think of it as the central nervous system.
The brain of the operation.
Sort of, yeah. It cleverly consolidates three really critical functions into one streamlined unit. You've got your solar input and output, your battery input and output, and interestingly, integrated EV charging capabilities.
All in one box.
All in the Combiner 6C.
What's the advantage there? Cleaner installs.
Definitely cleaner installations, fewer potential points of failure too, and it just makes maintenance easier down the line.
Makes sense.
And it's also looking ahead. It's built with the necessary infrastructure for bidirectional EV charging. Enphase has shown prototypes.
Oh, interesting. Vehicle to home.
Exactly. The actual bidirectional chargers aren't expected until maybe 2026, but the Combiner 6C means your system is ready when that tech arrives. Future-proofing.
Okay, smart. And the third piece of this new architecture.
This one's really innovative for the installation side, the IQ meter collar adapter.
A meter collar adapter. What does that do?
It basically allows the MID, the microgrid interconnection device, the part that lets you safely island from the grid, to be installed directly onto your electrical meter socket.
Directly on the meter. Why is that such a big deal?
Well, first, it massively simplifies installation. You often avoid complex, time-consuming, and sometimes expensive modifications inside your main electrical panel.
Ah, I see. Less invasive.
Much less. Second, it allows for really clean integration with the utility grid. Third, it offers pretty much universal compatibility. It should work with almost any home electrical setup.
Wow, regardless of panel age or brand.
Generally, yes. And finally, because it's often a cleaner, more standardized connection point, it can potentially speed up the permitting process with your utility.
Okay, that whole three-part system sounds pretty cohesive. Let's take a quick pause here. We'll be right back after this short break to talk about the system capabilities and who this is really for. And we're back on Solar Scoop, diving deep into the new Enphase IQ Battery 10C. We've covered the new architecture, the powerful battery unit, the smart combiner, the clever meter adapter.
Right, so let's zoom out a bit and look at the overall system capabilities.
Okay, so capacity-wise, it's 10.0 kilowatt hours of usable energy.
Correct, and it uses lithium iron phosphate chemistry, LFP, which is widely regarded as the safest, most stable option for residential batteries.
Good to know. And the warranty.
Really strong. A full 15-year warranty, which shows Enphase's confidence in the product.
That is solid. Now, you mentioned it works with other systems.
Yes, a key point is that it's an AC-coupled system. This makes it incredibly flexible. You can add it to pretty much any existing solar installation. Doesn't matter if your panels use Enphase microinverters or some other brand of inverter.
So it plays well with others.
It does. And it still maintains that core Enphase philosophy of no single point of failure because it has those 4 microinverters inside the battery unit itself.
Ah, the IQ8Bs you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. If one of those ever has an issue, the other 3 are designed to keep the system operating. It adds a layer of resilience.
Yeah, it's quiet. Right.
Completely silent, it's passively cooled, no fans.
Nice. Now, how do you actually control all this? Is it complicated?
Not at all. It's all managed through the Enphase app, which is known for being quite user-friendly.
What can you do in the app?
You get access to smart modes. There's Storm Guard, which watches the weather forecast and automatically prioritizes charging your battery if bad weather is coming.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, and there's Savings Mode, which is great if you have time of use utility rates. It learns your usage patterns and the rates, and then optimizes when to charge from solar or the grid and when to discharge the battery to save you the most money.
So it actively works to lower your electricity bill.
That's the goal. And of course, it integrates seamlessly if you have Enphase solar microinverters or their EV chargers already. It creates one unified home energy system you can monitor and control from one place.
Okay, it sounds powerful, resilient, smart. Let's talk investment. What does a system like this cost?
All right, the bottom line. For a fully installed system that includes the 10C battery unit, the combiner 6C, the meter collar adapter, and installation labor, you're likely looking somewhere in the range of, say, $18,000 to $24,000. That's before any incentives.
18 to 24,000. Okay. But incentives are key here.
Absolutely crucial. The big one is the federal investment tax credit. If you pair the battery with solar, either new or existing, you can claim 30% of the cost.
So on that 18K to 24K range, that's a credit of roughly $5,400 to $7,200.
Exactly. That brings the net cost down significantly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to check for state-level rebates or incentives, and sometimes even local utility programs, which can stack on top.
Right. Those vary a lot by location. So adding it all up, who is this system the perfect fit for?
I'd say it's an absolutely ideal solution if your main priority is high power output.
Mm-hmm.
If you want genuine whole home backup, or at least backup for large loads like that central AC, a well pump, maybe multiple refrigerators.
The power-hungry stuff.
Precisely. And you also value the resilience that comes with the Enphase distributed architecture, that no single point of failure idea.
Okay.
It's also obviously a great fit if you're installing a brand new Enphase solar system and you want the battery performance to match. Or, like we said, if you're retrofitting storage onto an existing system specifically to run those demanding appliances that older batteries may be struggled with.
So if power output has been your main hesitation with home batteries.
The 10C is really Enphase's definitive answer to that concern. It delivers the power.
Makes sense. So wrapping up, the Enphase IQ Battery 10C really steps up the game in terms of power delivery for residential storage.
It certainly seems positioned that way.
If you're here in the US and you're curious if this powerful new IQ Battery 10C could be the right heart for your home energy system, you can actually schedule a free, personalized consultation with the team over at Integrate Sun. Just visit their website at www.integratesun.com.
That's integratesun.com.
Okay, so a final thought to leave you with. As these home energy systems get more powerful and smarter, like this 10C, how might integrating this kind of storage start to redefine our relationship with the grid itself? Going beyond just backup power, what other possibilities open up?
That's a great question. Thinking about grid services, virtual power plants, definitely opens up possibilities.
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on Solar Scoop.